Hey, this is Jeff again with Evolve Adventures, reguideservice.com, REIGUIDESERVICE.com. Want to make a real quick video here in the shop. Want to do a real quick shop talk video. I'm supposed to be doing these. I told myself I would. Anyway, why I am kind of a dick to some people. It's pretty rare that I have to be a dick. I do call out videos and make content that blasts people for being shitty people. But the reality of it is that I give everybody that I've called out more than enough opportunity to do the right thing. I don't ask them for payoffs. I don't ask them to like shout me out or give me any kind of credit or benefit. I don't even want to mention that the situation happened, whether it's State Farm, whether it's Pad Split, whether it's any Strata Ventures, any of these other companies or individuals that are doing bad business. I don't want to call them out. But the reality of it is that I've seen a lot of these businesses, a lot of these gurus and mentors take advantage of people. And it might not seem like that big a deal in scale when you don't really see the immensity and the gravity of how it affects these individuals' lives. I can see it from multiple perspectives because I've been the investor, I've been the contractor, so I can see both sides of the situation. And a lot of times there's just miscommunication, and two people need to come together and really have a conversation that doesn't have anything to do with emotion, and they can work things out. But there's a lot of times where one person is just an asshole trying to get something that they're not entitled to. And I have no patience for that because it's not fair, it's not right, it's not moral. And usually the person that's being affected by it is being affected by it disproportionately because it's a matter of almost abuse of saying, hey, you're going to do what I want, how I want, because I hold all the cards. And be it a contractor that's holding up the project from finishing because they want to get more money out of someone, or it's the investor who didn't have all the money to pay the contractor to begin with and now expects that contractor to hold off on final payment until they can sell the property. Both of those things are not fair. Both of those things aren't something that you should do in business. And when I see that type of thing happening, I can't just sit by and let it happen. When I see new construction homes being built and they're not even being built to basic standards, when framing connections aren't even blunted up, when you have walls that the entire wall for the bedroom, the stud wall, isn't even touching the bottom plate, that's ridiculous. Someone's going to be paying for that home, and there's no reason for it to be that way. There's no bill back. Just have the person that messed up the framing go fix it. It's not that complicated. It's laziness, it's greed, and I can't just let it sit and do nothing whenever I've seen it affect so many people in such a negative way. I've seen investors that have bought properties from bullshit wholesale firms that lie about the numbers. They lie about the ARV. They lie about the repair costs. And even worse, they're not even doing the lying themselves. They're hiring these interns or assistants to go out there and try to bring in more and more investors because their deals are bullshit. So they don't have a long line of investors waiting to buy whatever deals they present. They need to constantly find new investors. Then the person that is actually buying the deal, they have no idea that they're buying a bullshit deal because they're trusting this professional firm. They're trusting the mentor that sent them to that professional firm. They're trusting all the people that are involved, and then they're getting screwed. And all these people that are screwing them are hardly making any money because they're making like $5,000 minimums on it. Then the guy that actually screwed them, that brought them to the table, he's making a $500 minimum. The hard money lender, they're not even really making that much money, but they're also going to have the ability to go after that person's personal credit in the end. All of these things add up to just a fucking nightmare situation that if I can call it out and I can make videos about it and I can bring light to that situation, these are pitfalls. These are things that I have fallen prey to. These are things that I have been a victim of. These are things that I don't like whenever I see a really good investor and there's a couple that they've bought this property, they put all their life savings into it, and that's only $10,000. But they put everything into it. And now the hard money lender won't give them the money they need. So now they're falling behind. So this is happening, that's happening. It wasn't really a good deal to begin with. So when it's all said and done, they're not really going to make anything. They're spending their weekends, painting it. And it's putting strain on the relationship. In the end, they're not going to make any money. They're not even going to get their original money back. They're just not going to be completely in the negative. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the contractors who think all investors are scam artists trying to screw them because they don't want to pay. When in reality, most investors are being taught by people that are scamming them. The investors trying to do the right thing. They're trying to get people that will give them the information they need so that they can be good at this business. But then the people they're turning to are scam artists and lying and giving them bad information because they never bother to actually do the business. They don't know how to get things done. And if we don't call these things out, and if we don't be shitty, we don't be unpleasant, and we don't be real with what's going on in the business, then we can't really talk honestly about anything. Because the basis and the foundation for being able to be good at any relationship is to be honest. Be honest with your contractor, be honest with your investor, have conversations, detail everything out, trust but verify. Talk about everything you want to be doing together, but then also document everything. Don't leave anything up for discussion or interpretation later, right? That's not what you want. You want to have clear communication, and if things sound too good to be true, they are. That's an expression for a reason, right? Don't rely on the fact that your cousin's going to paint a property for you and then be mad at your cousin because they had something happen and now you're going to be broke because you can't finish the project. All of these things are just complications and problems that happen that need to be worked out and accounted for. And if you do this business right, there's no gambling. There's very little complications, because things that happen are really just things that happen over and over again. And after a while, you just know how to solve them. You just know how to deal with them in a way that someone that just started wouldn't know how. And so calling out problems and finding solutions is the best way to do business for me going forward. So I can find people that are equally yoked that want to hear about the bullshit so they can avoid it, not so that they can deny it. There's a big difference, right? Acknowledging something exists and then saying, I'm going to avoid that. I'm going to do business around that. Because there's some amazing people in this business, and there's some great opportunities to make money for long-term wealth, short-term wealth, build a legacy, or just pay your bills for a while. Make enough money just to take a vacation. It can be whatever scale you want, but you have to figure out what you want to do and then how you can scale that if you want to scale it. Or if you just want to do your simple little thing. You might flip your first house and realize that you enjoy painting so much that you want to start a painting contracting business. Good money in that. Nothing wrong with that. Be blessed, bless others. ReGuideService.com. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you want to see if something's bullshit, reach out. I'll let you know. Later. ReGuideService.com.